It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe TV. My name is Jackie Birch, and today we have a very special show for you, bringing you Ian Michael and the Dirk and Kramer duo, bringing you opera from London. They are performing their first song right now called O Sole Mio.
That's it.
Che bella cosa, una giornata sole, un'aria serena dopo una tempesta, bella aria fresca, vaneggiana vesta, che bella cosa, una giornata sole, ma nata sola, più bella in oh sole mio, stai da fronte a te. Quando fa notte, o sole se ne scene, ma venne quasi una malinconia sotto a finestra, toia restaria. Quando fa notte o sole se ne scene, ma nata sola, più bella in oh sole mio, stai da fronte a te. Oh sola, oh sola.
That was absolutely breathtaking. All the way from London, Ian Michael and the Dirk and Kramer duo. They'll bring you more. We just can't get enough. And now bringing you Dawn and Freddie S.
Wow, absolutely spectacular.
I'm late.
You're late
I'm
because
late.
you were running the sound over there.
I know, because I was watching what I was watching. That was terrific. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That was unbelievable.
You got to walk that way because
Come
you
on over, have a seat
Go
next to
that
me,
way.
or you can go that way.
Okay, that
Yep.
way. Yes.
Restrooms
He's-
that way.
He's that way. On the air. Yes, he's using the toilet on the air. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Very nice.
So welcome to our first event for our new Brooklyn Cafe studios, our AMP2 TV studios in Boca. If you are in the area, come on out. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. It says Little Pump Family Theater on the outside. The amazing music of Ian Michaels and the Kramer Durkin duo. They're going to be performing until 2 o'clock. We're going to be doing some interviews, some solos that Miriam does. She's going to be doing a piece from Schindler's List, which I understand is short of spectacular. We're going to get a little background information on her and her violin and all of these amazing things we got going on.
We might as well put them all on.
I think
Why
we're
don't
going
you
to put
slide
everybody
down
on.
so that it'll be easier for them to get
We're going
in
to put
there.
everybody on. We've had a full studio guest over there, set over there. I don't know who can hear us, but
They probably can't hear
a
us.
lot of moving pieces.
They probably can't hear us, but that's okay. We're going to have a real short interview, and then we're going to put them back to do what they do best.
Absolutely, and we can even go out there and do a little bit chit-chatting. And we have to thank our very, very special friend, Barry and Jackie Rubin, for bringing Ian forward to us. Barry was one of the first, I think he might have been the first remote we did a few years ago at My Delicious Deli.
My delicious deli.
And-
We had the Freddie 15-pounder that you put together.
And people remember the banner. They thought that was our studio. They said, "Isn't that your studio across the way from Publix?" I said, "It kind of is."
It was very cool because that was the first time that we tried some of the equipment. And Barry was generous enough to let us get in there and turn his whole place upside down. But we had a full house.
We did have a full house. We did turn it upside
It was,
down.
and I did turn it upside down. Dishes, stage left.
Which is really amazing. So welcome everyone. Now, it's not like they're local. They came all the way in from England for us, and as well as you did 2 concerts yesterday in Aventura.
1.5.
One and a
No,
half.
he was socializing.
He was
at
socializing
night.
yesterday.
He decided to socialize.
Well, there were some family friends that couldn't make it to the concert, so they asked if I'd sing a little bit in the evening. So Nick and Miriam came along and we had a little party and we sung a few songs.
How spectacular to have everybody come in from England. Well, you all so amazing. And your story, we're going to give a little bit about your story. You haven't always been doing this your whole life. You did it a little bit, came back to it.
Well, I did it a lot when I was young. It was my first study and my first love. But it decided not to do for me for a while because I wasn't very well when I was in my late 20s and I had to have some surgery. And I fell into life and I started a business, and then my oldest son came along, and after a year or so I figured I'd like to stay at home with him. And then my second son came along, and that sort of pushed it down the road a little because I wanted to stay home with him too. And then my daughter came along, and that was about it. And then my youngest son came along, and that was really...
You know, you have a lot of come-alongs.
yeah, I have a lot of
A lot of
come-alongs.
come-alongs.
And then my son got married, and my daughter-in-law arrived, and my second... and it's about that. So I fell into a business life.
And what brought you back to the music life?
I suppose in my heart I never left, but just a chance. I was over here last February for a Valentine's ball. I was here by chance, and we went to the ball, and they'd shipped in a very nice tenor from South America. And Barry decided to get busy and tell them he had another tenor in the audience. And the next thing, he made me sing for my supper.
And that's what it's like, being married into Barry's
Now,
family.
have you sang before with this duo?
Yes, we met actually because they played at my son's wedding. And
Fabulous.
And I did a
Fabulous.
little, yeah, it was. And they were, and they are. And very privileged to have them happy to work with me. And what we did was, I did a little bit of singing at my son's wedding, and they accompanied me. And then Barry came up with an idea that he wanted me to start singing again, and he put on a concert in London, which we did for charity. And Nick and Miriam kindly agreed to do it with me, and we did that in October. So we started to work together and become friends.
Wonderful. Are you guys going to be touring? Is that on the horizon?
We don't have specific plans
Oh,
yet.
Barry has many plans.
You'd be better to ask him.
Well, no, he already told me my earlobe is gonna fall off because he has ideas. But I can see the talent that you see. This is unbelievable.
Talent is.
Unbelievable.
We haven't heard the best yet.
Well, we're going to put them back up there because everybody over there wants to see them.
Yes.
I just wanted the audience to have an opportunity to meet you, and let's talk a little bit to the. No, okay, you're gonna
To
have to
Nick
say.
and Miriam, the
Yeah.
Kramer Durkin duo. They've been playing together a little while. How
Do
many
you know
years?
how old that violin is?
Oh, we're going to talk about it. How long have you been playing together?
Wow.
18
years.
Around the corner.
Around the corner since she was
Yeah.
4, apparently. They've
Yes,
been playing
she's
together.
not old enough.
Right? I know.
Since you were 4.
Since I was 4.
So you've been
I had
playing
a
with her since she
tiny,
was 4?
tiny little violin.
She's only about 23 right now.
Yes.
I can see that. Now she also. How old is that violin?
It was made in 1740.
How'd you get your
in-
hands on that?
Well, the sad part was that my grandmother passed away, but she saved all her life from me and my 3 sisters, and she put some money aside for that, and my parents helped, and I had a sponsor. So all together, we put it into something positive, and I have this beautiful violin that goes with me everywhere.
Well, you play it magically.
Thank you so
There
much.
has to be a few stories behind the violin.
Well, yes. I think, obviously with a violin, it passes to many different owners. I once played, when I did my New York debut, I was given a violin to play on that was owned by the concertmaster of the orchestra in Auschwitz. She played on that, and unfortunately she perished in the Holocaust, but the violin was smuggled out, and that was a violin that was very special to play on.
And how long you been playing on this instrument?
This instrument is about 15 years.
That you've been using it?
Yes.
Now I have to ask, because I have to ask, is this your favorite instrument? Because I know you play others.
Well, I have another one that when this one has to go to the doctor and be tuned up a little, fill in the cracks of the wood, then I have another one to play on. So I have 2 going, and I have a couple of different bows that I travel with as well.
And I heard a rumor that says that you are the number 10 player in the world.
Well, I was told, someone sent me an email that there's a publication out with the A to Z of string players, 300 great string players of the world, and my little name was in there. So
You're number 10.
So
Number 10, I'm going to tell you.
Critically acclaimed, number 10.
Absolutely. I made a fact of looking it up,
All
just
right.
to, because I had to say it on the air.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Since you were 4, you've been playing your whole life.
I've been playing my whole life. I started on this very special method called the Suzuki method, where the first thing you do is you learn how to bow. So you walk out on stage and you don't play anything yet. The audience applauds and you bow. And then you learn a lot of things by ear before you start to read. I had a tiny little violin, and I just loved it. And I knew by the age of 7 that I wanted to be a professional violinist. So I was quite a determined little person.
I can play the violin
And
because
that
I
was
can bow.
your whole life.
Yeah. My whole
Regular
life.
schooling?
Regular schooling, but I was a bit of a practiceaholic. So I used to practice sort of 10 hours a day.
You practice still like that? You play this thing all day long?
Well, I can do. I don't really get tired with it. It sort of energizes me because it's quite aerobic playing the violin, especially
Is it?
fast pieces.
Do you know
probably
we used to
good for
go?
your triceps,
We used to
is
go.
all I can tell you.
We used to go to Orchard Beach in the Bronx, and we didn't play an instrument
Similar
at
to
all.
playing the
But can you
violin in
imagine
English.
having somebody had a violin in the beach in the winter when it's all frozen? Oh, that's the best, man. You have a fire going. Barry knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
in the
right?
Bronx, Barry knows the beach.
He knows the Bronx. You don't know the Bronx? I take you to the Bronx.
Oh, sure.
Of
It's
course.
nice there in the winter.
Hey, that's right. And you play the violin on the beach. It's the best. But the way, this is an instrument. I used to
But
play
where
the,
do you think this violin came from? I mean, think about
Somebody
the
made
stories.
it.
If this violin could speak,
Who made the
amount
violin?
Of hands that could
Gabrielli
touch this.
sounds like Gabrielli. Yes.
I mean, you're talking
be
about history here. You're talking about, not that his voice is anything less, but
Spectacular.
it's just as spectacular. Now, we have to get to, now I can't pronounce the word because they get mad at me. So I'll let Dawn do it. What is he?
A pianist.
There you go, a pianist. A pianist.
You said it before.
My
We've got
goodness.
Nick Durkin
But
with
he
us.
plays it clean. I was listening. You don't miss a beat,
When the
man.
keyboard was delivered this morning, they said, "What event are you doing?" And they were amazing backstage music. So a big shout out to them. They're right here in Boca Raton. Nice job finding them as well.
You are brilliant. But you know something, Barry, not for nothing, but everything you've done in your life, you've always accomplished and touched gold. Everything you've ever done.
Except the belly.
First class.
Now,
though.
even the deli. The deli was just a stepping stone. The deli would have worked if you were here, but you had obligations in over the pond,
Over the
right?
pond.
If you didn't have that, you would have made it a hit because everything you do turns to gold,
Well,
and I
Nick-
can see that.
And Nick, tell us how you've been playing. What's it like to accompany Miriam and Ian and everything that you do? Because you guys have been working together for 18 years,
Yes,
many
we-
places.
Yeah, well, we met each other 18 years ago, and obviously started playing together. We're also a couple as well, so...
I thought you were married, yes.
Well, we're not actually
Not quite
married, but...
married.
They're a couple.
Same difference.
Never know.
We share our lives
Same
together.
difference. In New York, in the States, it's called same difference.
Oh, is it? Well, it's getting like that. In
That's
London.
where we're at.
It's the same
Yes?
sort of thing.
No headache.
There you go.
Yeah. So it makes it very convenient for working together, and we do a lot of music making together, concerts all over
Traveling.
the world, and
Wow.
we even been known to play on cruise ships. So we do a lot of traveling as well. And we met Ian when he came over. Miriam was washing up in the kitchen. I was rehearsing with this stranger at the time, and she came in and said, "Wow, what a voice!" Because you
Stop
don't
me in my
normally get
tracks.
people with that quality voice singing at weddings. So we really took notice, and hey, we're here.
And they're
We've
here
done
just
lots
for
of
about
things.
4 days.
Yes, that's right.
So
Yes.
thank you
No, we
so
were
much for
fortunate.
joining
Now,
us.
you guys also will be joining us on Friday evening. We're going to be putting you on live on the radio station as well.
Ian will, I think they're going back
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we're
We're going
flying
back.
back.
Oh, Ian will.
tomorrow,
Okay,
but
so
Ian
we
is-
will have, because Bev is
B?
going to be doing
B.
the interview, B, and we're going to be putting you on the air to talk a little bit about things as well. So I don't want to give it all out today. I really want to put them on the stage because
People are waiting
the
to hear your
natives are getting
music.
restless.
What are some pieces? You're going to do, I know, a solo. You're going to be doing a piece.
Yeah, we're going to do Schindler's List.
Really?
Hope you got your tissues ready is all I can tell you.
They call me the Kleenex King.
I know, it's a follow through from
The
yesterday.
staples on my shirt.
Seems to be the theme. And Ian, what are you going to be performing?
I think we'll sing a Neapolitan song called Cateri. Many people know it as Cori and Grata, but it's a love song and it's sort of getting us towards a crying song.
All right, we're going to go to commercial break. We're going to let everyone get set up on stage. Coming out, we're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, right in the heart of Boca Raton. The sign says Little Palm Family Theater, just a bit of history in the making. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
I'd like to introduce my next song. I hope you will recognize it. It's a favorite of mine since I first heard it sung by my idol, Mario Lanza. Catari, otherwise known as Core Ingrato.
Perché me dicesti parole amore, perché me poi cuore me tormente Catari, non te scordò, Cata Giudate o core Catari, non te scordar. Catari che vegna dicere, stu palla come sposa me, e tu non c'è piense, stu dolore mio, tu non c'è piense che io, ma ve ne corre ingrato a tua opinione, vita mia. Tutto passato e non c'è piense più. Tutto passato e non c'è piense e chiù.
That is the beautiful music, wow, of Ian Michael and the Kramer Durkin duo. Yes, there is more music coming. We're going to be followed up by an amazing solo by Miriam Kramer. She is award-winning, critically acclaimed, #7 in just unbelievable. She's going to be playing a piece from Schindler's List. So all I can tell you is we're going from a love song to Schindler's List. So I think just get your tissues ready, get that box of Kleenex, because what is going on in this studio, Michelle, you've been a part of this since the beginning, right?
Yes.
And the vision of walking into this space and how it has transformed to now that we have these incredible, this opera singer and the amazing Kramer Durkin duo all the way in from over the pond, as we said, that we're lucky enough to have them in for a concert, and we keep rolling and going. So we're going to switch the cameras back over to, are you ready to switch over? We're going to switch it right back over, so you're going to hear the beautiful music again of Miriam Kramer.
Nick and I will now play the theme from Schindler's List by John Williams.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.daniellebuljan.com or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee, and it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
And welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. And you know, I can say we are back at the theater. I love this guy. I'm going to bronze him in gold and just put him up as a statue.
We're back at the theater. You're hearing the incredible music of Ian Michael and the Kramer Durkin duo. Spectacular.
Does it make you want to learn how to play an instrument?
You know, my sister used to play the violin.
Really? I played the cello. Man, was I bad. I was horrible. But she makes that thing cry. What a tone you have. That is unbelievable. Now I know why you're number 10 in the world. Soon to move to number 9.
We give lessons.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my fingers.
You just have to go overseas, that's all.
That's all. All right, we're going to let them take over.
Going to take over.
Fun. Yeah.
One more song. All right, stay tuned. More to come. And yes, everyone who is writing in, this is being recorded. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it on Facebook. It's also going to be in our YouTube link. We're going to post it up to Roku, and hopefully we're going to get to air it again on Saturday evening as well.
That's right. We're going to replay this on Saturday from 8 to 10 on WNN 1470, 95.3, and I don't know the others.
96.9 and 103.9, so you'll be able to hear it again on the radio. So all of you that are not able to watch it, you'll be able to rewatch it and tune in again on Saturday night.
Also, Amp It Up FM, ampitup.fm is the podcast channel that we have open. You're going to be able to hear it whenever you want.
All right, stay tuned. Here we go.
Santa Lucia.
Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento, placida in l'onda, prospera il vento. Sul mare luccica l'astro d'argento, placida in l'onda, prospera il vento. Venite all'agile, barcata mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Con questa zeffiro così soave, oh come bello star sulla nove, sol passeggeri, venite a via, Santa Lucia, Santa
I don't mind, yeah.
All right, keep it going, because everyone's watching and commenting. Truly incredible. What are we going to do next?
L'ultima canzone
Yes, if you like.
moves a little bit.
Yes.
Shall I introduce it?
Absolutely. Would you like some water?
Yeah.
Yes, let me get you some water.
Not cold. I think it's the first cup there. No, the other one. So where's my water?
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee. And it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
And we are back live at the Brooklyn Cafe in our new theater at our AM2 TV studios in Boca Raton. People are commenting and writing in that they want to know how they can book the Kramer-Durkin duo. They want to know how they can find Ian. You can find them right through us, and we will get you in contact with Barry. Barry is their booking agent, and yes, I am sure they'd be more than happy to always fly back over for a special event or something that you need, or over in England as well, correct? Barry will do it all. So in the meantime, we're going to let Ian and Miriam and Nick take it away with another one. If you think our camera's so sexy, it's because Freddie's running camera at the back of the studio. All right, here we go.
I Can't Help It, it's Mario Lanza again, a song that he made very famous in his era, Be My Love.
Be my love, for no one else can end this yearning, this need that you and you alone create. Just fill my arms the way you fill my dreams, a dream that will inspire with every sweet desire. Be my love, and with your kisses set me burning. One kiss is all I need to seal my fate, and hand in hand we'll find love's promised land. There'll be no one but you for me eternally. If you will be my love. And hand in hand we'll find love's promised land. There'll be no one but you for me eternally. If you will be my love.
Absolutely amazing. Miriam, they're all commenting that that's one of your favorite pieces for Ian to sing. I'm going to come up here with the mic for you. Why is that?
So I just find it really, the emotion that he puts into it, and you sort of fill the whole room with this exhilaration. It's beautiful.
How many times have you all played together?
Wow.
Well, former
We've done
performances.
a number of concerts. And his son's wedding, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That was the very first one.
Seems
and
to be building, huh?
yes, we've done 6 or 7 so far.
And do you have a favorite?
I think he sings Mario Lanza particularly well. He's got a versatile voice. He sings light operetta really as well as grand opera. So he's yes, many styles he embraces.
Do you have a favorite that you like to perform?
It depends how my voice feels on a given day.
It's been a busy couple days for you.
Yes, it has. Talking of... Sorry? Granada. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, well, we'll do Granada.
Let's do it.
All right, they're gonna do Granada. Apparently that is what they all want.
It's not exactly grand opera. It's not exactly grand opera, but we'll go there.
Let's go.
Granada, tierra soñada por mí. Mi cantare sol vuelve gitano cuando es para ti. Mi cantar echa la fantasía. Mi cantar flor de la melancolía que yo te vengo a dar. Granada, tierra ensangrentada en tales toros. Mujer que conserva el embrujo de los ojos moros. Tu tu Señor ribelli gitana que veteres flores. Y beso tu boca da grana y jugosa manzana que me habla de amores. Granada, Manola, cantare entre estes toros. No tengo otra cosa que darte que un ramo de rosas. De rosas de suave fragancia que lieder en marco la Virgen morena. Granada, tú tienes tan llena de lindas mujeres, de sangre de sol. De rosas de suave fragancia que lieder en marco la Virgen morena. Granada, tú tienes tan llena de lindas mujeres, de sangre de
Gracias.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
Hey, I'm Tony Twyman, creator of the Reboot Wellness Cruise 2020. I invite you to join us as we set sail on the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's Grand Classica, January 18th through the 20th, for 2 days filled with active lifestyle, healthy nutrition, and virtual wellness. The goal is to get you to experience a vibrational spiritual shift by helping you develop internal balance, sustainable alignment, community, and execution for a healthy, happy life. Walls become doors and mountains move when you understand what you can accomplish. Call 954-998-3284 for more information or visit rebootcruise.com. Join our community by sailing with us to experience a new decade, new you. Again, 954-998-3284 or visit rebootcruise.com. Come sail with us.
And we're back live at the Brooklyn Cafe at our AMP2 TV studios. Come on down, see what we've got going on. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, right in the heart of Boca Raton. We've got the Kramer Durkin duo. They're going to perform two pieces for us. Miriam Kramer and Nick Durkin. You want to give us a little background?
Yes, we're going to play two pieces by Astor Piazzolla from South America. We're going to do Oblivion, which starts with some harmonics, so very floaty kind of sounds on the violin, a bit like a flute. So it's not a mistake, it's actually the real effect. And then we're going to do Libre Tango, so a very upbeat sort of tango.
How do you pick the music that you all choose to play?
Well, we like to do a mix of styles, and we're actually performing in Brazil at the end of the month, so we thought we'd get ourselves in the mood.
Wow, amazing. Such talent. Wait till you hear the two of them play. All right, take it away.
really excited about with this new part of the reef is to see what happens with the animals moving from one side to the other and what the growth will be from 10 years worth of mature corals and sponges and things, and what the movement will be onto the new reef.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds, with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events they might have coming up.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters has that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
Conveyor bells, baby.
I look like we're on a throwback to like some tinted somewhere in time picture. If you're looking at our color correction right there.
I don't know
How you
what
like
that is. I don't know what that is.
It's a live color correction.
I feel like
while
I've
we're
been
on
to
set.
the beach and I have a suntan.
I feel like we're black and white and we've been enhanced for somewhere in
Yeah.
time. Is all I can tell you.
All I know is, Barry, once again, and I said this before, you have gold in your hands. That trio is unbelievable. This gentleman's voice and that group over there that you got going.
They put the right people together, and you.
This is stadium stuff, baby. This is stuff you put in different stadiums and they play to come.
Tell me
and
which
listen.
stadium, and we'll be there.
Well, there are people that want to book you. They're taking down names and they're calling different venues. They want to know how long everybody's in town. But I know Miriam and Nick are leaving, I think, tomorrow.
Yes.
Ian, you're in for a little while. Do you ever perform without them?
Well, I have done many times, but it'd be nice to do some things with them.
We got to
Just,
bring
you
them
know,
back. That's
they'll,
all.
They'll come back.
They'll come back.
It's not a problem.
Just tell me when and where, and I'll get them back.
We should delay their flight. We have a
Just to plan
snowstorm
that
coming.
away.
Snowstorm in
We're
Florida.
going on the beach again in the cold weather.
That's right. We're back to that.
Right? It's not. You always say you have the books. It's not the best book that's written. It's those that are read.
That's right.
That violin, the way Miriam plays the violin,
She's spectacular.
right?
Spectacular.
And their energy and their talent and how you come together. How do you even orchestrate the pieces that you want to play one after another? How do you do your sets?
To be honest with you, when we rehearse them as individual pieces. And under this sort of circumstance where there's no specific program, you pull out the ones you feel you can handle at that moment in time. If you've got a concert where there's a program, so you rehearse the set as it is, as you call it.
You do all different concerts. Is this your main? Are you back in business, or this is what your focus is
No,
now?
I'm
is
just
music?
about back in singing. I've been focused on business for 20 odd years.
You're still in business, or you're staying in singing?
No, I am in business, and
You're gonna do both.
now moving over to sing more, depending on what will happen.
He has a voice it's too good to be hidden and tucked away.
You're absolutely
He
right.
has a really good voice.
I'm gonna tell you, when we put this together at the beginning of the year, I thought you were a couple of French fries short of a Happy Meal. I thought you were nuts. I said, this guy's crazy. And I said, you're gonna bring these guys to sing in here? Okay, whatever. But after listening to what I heard today, I bow. I am speechless. These guys are amazing.
I don't know if Sasha's still here or Ryan, but if anyone saw behind the scenes, what you always see is the final production. You don't see the behind the scenes where Freddie's running around and you've got DJ running around. I've got my two Hispanic men running around. This one's there and this one's there. And then you've got the crew. We were all hiding out in the studio because, did you notice? There were 10 of us hiding in here, not hiding, but sitting in here. I had our whole crew, and you and DJ were running back and forth in the circles. You had Hector watching the stage. You guys did a great job.
We
Teddy,
did.
spectacular on sound.
And still, there is so much more that I want to do because the backdrop is not what I want. There's all sorts of lighting that I want to improve on. But you know what? It's because
Freddie, it's day by day though, and
I don't
what
have days.
But what this space looks like now versus what it looked like 2 months ago is
completely different.
incredible.
We're changing every day.
I
now,
know.
I promised this gentleman a concert in the park. I almost had a turf company come and put grass on that stage. And the next time you come, we shall have turf on that stage. This is a progress. It's a movement. But
It's always
man,
going to be a movement.
But
That's
I'm going
the
to tell you
thing.
what a blessing it was to hear you do what you do.
Thank you.
There are very few people in the world that can do what the three of you did today. And we are honored, first show, to have something like this work. Come on now. Nobody does this. Nobody in the business. I've been in this business over 20 years doing this, and nobody does what we pulled off today. Nobody.
I love watching you run around getting it all going, but the pieces,
Fantastic. Fantastic. And I would invite you whenever you want to come.
Thank you.
And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm thinking of Meisner Park.
sure you are.
20,000 people, because I'm going to tell you, you'll fill it. You will fill it. If people, you build it and they will come.
Absolutely, there's no doubt.
And nothing Barry touches
Old
ever
School
turns.
Square.
Absolutely. Why not? Old School Square holds what, 2,000-3,000?
Everyone, I mean,
Easily.
Meisner Park holds how many?
20,000.
Okay. Well, we'll be there.
But Old School
I don't
Square
sell
holds 2,000 or
tickets.
3,000.
Old
I'm going
School
to tell
Square
you.
has a huge draw. Every time they have an event, it's like packed.
My cousin Vinny's out there somewhere. He's making phone calls all over the place because he's that good.
Is he the Vinny that was in the film,
Yeah.
My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
The same
That's
Vinny?
him.
Oh God, that's
couple of days.
scary.
Couple of days. Now we have Michelle on air because I want people to understand that the business has changed. You have to be a businessman now, having
Person.
a great voice.
Business person.
So,
You got the
person.
right one.
Having a great voice is great, but you still have to be able to sell
You
your
have to have
art.
somebody who's going to market you.
That's right. So
That's
you
a
have
huge thing.
all this art going on in here as well. You have to have the business mentality.
You have to, and most artists, if they're doing their trade the right way, they're practicing singing, they're taking care of their voice, they're painting, they're sculpting, they're creating music, they're doing that. Somebody else needs to market you.
That's right.
Someone needs to sell you.
It's a business.
It is a business, but your business is taking care of your creative part of it. And then somebody else has to be there to tell the world how great you are and sell you.
That's right.
So you always have to have that aspect of it. And that's not really the artist's job for the most part. Their job is to create.
I think that's so true. You need someone to bark for you.
Yes,
Even if
you
you're good
do.
at barking, whatever else you do,
Yeah, but
you
you're-
cannot, forgive me, sing about your own talent.
True that.
And that's a strange thing.
It's true that now
You can't do it all.
I was talking to the artists because we had the artists in here. I was talking to Jay and Mary and Amy, and I was saying to them, I want them to paint while the three of you are playing, because that art becomes musical. It changes the inspiration of what goes on canvas. Will
How
change.
you paint or sculpt or whatever changes by what you listen to.
Agreed.
So you can listen to something that's like really soft and peaceful and it'll be a quiet piece. You can listen to something that's crazy and rocky and major fast and it'll be like aggressive.
Absolutely.
You
And the
know,
way-
it just
you go
depends
to a business, right, and you let them look at the business. Let them have each a canvas. You put it in a triangle because everything works in a triangle. They're singing, and they will come up with a rendition of the business while the music is playing. I'm going to tell you something. That's a winner. Nobody does that because music is art.
It is
And
art,
Art
totally.
is music, and it would be fantastic.
The creative mind. And you help market all the artists that are here, our visual artists,
Absolutely.
Michelle's marketing.
Yes.
And everything you see here behind our set, people are commenting that the boats, everyone loves Mary's work, Amy's work is out there, your work, we've got some of Jay's work. I think you told me there's somebody else that's
Somebody
interested in
called,
joining
yes,
us.
I had to talk to you. Somebody called about doing that. They want to bring their art in.
We have some great artists in here, and everybody's doing something a little different. But you're right; the music makes a huge difference too, and it is art. It's a whole creative process.
Where are you singing next, Ian?
I'm singing back in London. We have a couple of concerts lined up. And then we'll see.
He's doing a big charity event, a very big charity event.
For whom?
For a man who had prostate cancer, and he didn't want to go through the hard times in hospital and that. So they found something called focal therapy, and it's a 1 day in hospital, and that's it. And it's not known very well in England because the machines are very expensive. And he's decided that he's going to raise money to buy machines to put in every hospital. That's a
is
big
that?
job. They put me on the committee. I'm now an ambassador for that. And there's going to be a big launch with a concert where Ian's going to be singing, and hopefully it's going to be in the House of Commons.
Wow, in the House of Commons. See, there's
House
the
of Com-
reason
is
My
House of
Delicious
Commons?
Deli needed to close. So you could take everything on the road and help all of these charities. Think about that, right?
I kind of liked
We loved My Delicious Deli,
My Delicious.
I know.
I kind of liked it. It was really cool. You know, but again, you have obligations, and it's pulling you in different directions.
Yeah. But I enjoyed doing what I'm doing very much.
I can see that. I can see that. And your wife, the brains of the outfit, is here.
Yeah, the whole family here.
Excuse me. What did you say?
The brains of the outfit is right over there.
I won't argue with you.
That's right.
Brains and the
You
beauty.
know better.
The whole
buddy.
family's here.
Yeah, behind.
So who do you have here? I don't
No,
even
it's
know.
half the family.
Who's
Yeah, you've
half?
got another half. You've had here a grandbaby on
that's
the way.
my granddaughter,
No, my other sons.
Lucy, who's been on your show before.
Lucy, yes.
Yeah, that's
Lucy,
Jackie. She's my wife. That's Danielle, my daughter, and this is Saul. He's hi. Saul. He's number 4. No, he's not number 4. Number 4. Number 4 grandson. Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
Brits come up with numbers. Number 1, number 2. I got grandsons, then number 1, all of
I
them.
think-
all of them.
Have you
What,
got a
3 and
great
4?
grandson?
You have a great grandson.
We're waiting
One and two are
any
back
time
in
in
London.
and pardon?
A
Oh,
great
great granddaughter. I'm going to have a great granddaughter. Yes.
A great granddaughter.
Coming
That would be
soon.
joy having children.
Yes.
Hey, no,
You're
I
not
want
there
that.
yet. Yeah, you're not. Or Rowan, yeah, not quite so much.
You gotta love the people from England because they have numbers and everything is in order of who's what. And here and there. And here in the States, we're all together. We're second cousins of third cousins and fifth cousins. Nobody knows what that means. We just do.
Honey, you still have number one grandchild.
No,
You
I
always
don't have.
number
I
one
have
grandchild.
Joey and Rowan, and they're both number one.
Well,
They
they're
were
all
never-
number one in your heart, but
But the first one born.
the first one born,
The eldest.
I can't say that.
number
Can't
one
say which one's
granddaughter.
the eldest.
Who was the
Rowan
first?
is
Who was the
older.
one who was born first?
Rowan.
And how then the difference between that and the second
There
one?
is none.
No,
Age.
in years.
Age.
A year. A
1
year
year.
exactly.
1 year.
A year, yeah.
There you go. So you
And
got
now
one
my,
and two.
my son's having his second, so I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have a third.
You're gonna have 3
It's
grandsons.
very expensive at Christmas.
But I'm completely with you. There is no number one. There's the one that arrived first.
Yes,
But they're
yes.
all a one.
That's right.
It's a question
They
that
all affect you differently.
people ask me, do I have a favorite? There's no.
You have the favorite number one, the
I have a
favorite number
favorite
two,
daughter.
the favorite
Whoever
number
sits
three.
on your
I
lap,
do have a favorite daughter.
I would give you, and God bless you with a
3
daughter. I
sons
never
and a
had daughter.
favorite daughter.
I do have a stepdaughter, but I never had a biological daughter, but that is a gift.
Yeah.
So congratulations
It's an
on that.
expense. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And they get more expensive.
I mean, well, at least now she's into designing her own fashion, so it's so much easier on that one. She's changed her focus now from photography to fashion.
Well, they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
They do.
absolutely.
That's true.
The more photography, the more fashion. The more fashion, the more photography. It's like,
What's it feel like to be back in singing?
Free. It sounds a bit crass, but it's hard to describe because I was born a singer, and that's what I'll die. Whether I'm working as a singer or not, I've always been a singer. That's who I am. So when you sing, you feel it's who you are. So it's a kind of a freedom that you can't really describe unless you feel that in whatever it is that you do. I know that I was talking to Miriam about it last night, and in a way she feels the same. But singing, when I talk to other singers that are singers, they all feel very much the same. It's a kind of, it comes from very deep inside you, and it's a freedom.
I got a question to ask you. Are you the best at what you do?
It's a very unfair question.
Yes, it is.
I like to be the best at what I can do.
I'm going to give you a simple answer.
There is no best.
I'm going to give you a simple answer to this question. You will always say yes because you can never, ever match to anything anybody else says. But in your heart, you are the best. And I'm going to tell you, I've heard, I used to go to the Met every weekend, and you are one of the best, if not the best. And from there, you go forward. Don't be so hard on yourself because you're very good at what you're doing.
I'm not being hard on myself, I'm being honest. There is no best. There's personal taste. There are many great singers through time, and we're very lucky because we have recordings since about 1900, starting really with Caruso and then running through all. So of course I've listened to them all, virtually every tenor that ever recorded in the history of recorded art. And there's personal taste, and one day I think he's my favorite, and then 3 months later I think, well, he's the best. But there is no best. There's a certain, we have in football, we have in England, we have the league. So you have the Premier League, and then you have the first division, whatever it is, second division. My son will correct me in a moment. But to explain, you have the Premier League, and then within the Premier League, and they'd be the guys, for example, as opera singers, as tenors that would be singing at the Met, at Covent Garden, at the, La Scala, or any of the top opera houses in the world. And then you have a few that are just a little bit with their head above the parapet. Sometimes it's because of their marketing, and sometimes it's because they are just different to all the others. But they're different for different qualities. So you have a Ronaldo in the opera, you had Pavarotti, and it wasn't that he was the best goal scorer. At that moment in time, he had the best top Cs, and he could sing certain material better than everybody else, and he was marketed well at that moment. Then you had other great tenors like Jussi Björling, like Giuseppe Di Stefano, like Gigli, and they all had different qualities. And you can't say one of them is truly the best. So you can never be the best. You can be the best you can be.
How did you become a lyric tenor? People want to sing, they do rap, they do pop. But to be a tenor, to be an opera singer, that's a gift.
You don't become a lyric tenor. You become a singer. You're born a singer, I should say, and then you sing with whatever voice Mother Nature or God happened to give you. and I was given a tenor voice. I couldn't be a baritone, and I couldn't choose to be a bass, no matter how much I wanted to. I might be able to squeeze down because of my voice type a little bit into the baritone range, but I'll never really be a baritone. Whereas if you take Placido Domingo, he's known as a great tenor, but actually he was a baritone, and he managed to find a way up to the top. And now he's singing in his late years as a baritone. And my teacher, one of my teachers, was a great tenor by the name of Carlo Bergonzi. And in the opera, he was very famous and is renowned as one of the great tenors of the last century, probably the greatest Verdi tenor. And he started life singing as a baritone, but it was only because he was very young and he hadn't discovered how to extend his voice into the tenor range. You always have the colour of what you are. You're an instrument. A violin can't become a cello. Does that answer you?
Absolutely. It chooses you. It's just a gift, as we always say, touched by God, right?
Always touched by God, yes. And I believe that we are the best at what we do, and we don't measure up to anybody else's expectations. And if we can be slightly better, then we be slightly better. But that you get to be able to do what you do, it's like watching, and now you talk about soccer, and I'll talk about American football. There are people in this world that would love to be able to play it. Forget about playing it, being able to play it. And God has touched you with his pinky because you have the voice that he can hear. And the bottom line here is that no matter what you do in life, no matter how you measure it up, you are the best. In my perception, your perception, anybody else, you are one of the best. And you will continue to be one of the best. And I think that that's what this gentleman see, because I know your background. I know how you bring it, and everything you touch turns to gold because I know your history. I know what you've done, and you see it. Well, you told me about your business history.
I did.
That's right. I mean, all kidding aside, you are good. You are great at what you've done. You have a track record. I love it when we are on the air, and people write to me and says, how do I get better?
We got people standing in the doorways.
You have to go inside. You got to find what's inside. You got to believe in what's inside. You got to bring it. You know, Michelle is one of the. You and I had we had a conversation a year ago, and I asked you, why don't you have your own art house? Not work for somebody, your own house. Yes.
Yes.
And what did I tell you? The world is waiting for you. What are you waiting for?
Yep, you did.
And you're about to unleash that animal.
There you go.
And I couldn't believe you said that.
Why?
I couldn't believe
you were totally stunned.
Had the nerve to say this to a woman we pretty much had just met.
Because I care about her. It's like I tell Teddy, the world is waiting for Teddy's voice, for people to listen to what they do. You don't pull a production off like this. You got that young lady standing over there. You don't pull a production like this. Now me and DJ have history. We've been in this game a long time. A long time. We're not as young as you. God, I wish I had that back, because I would change the game. Because I know what best is.
But you wouldn't be the same.
Me as well.
If you
I'm going to tell you something. I changed the game. I would be better. Better.
Well, let's
because
go.
The bottom line here is you want to reach for the stars. You want to be the best. You want not to be conceited about being the best, but you want to be the best. Barry knows about some of the things that he's done in his past, some of the greatness that you've created that people don't know about, that you've done. And you and I both know what we're talking about. And you've done it. You can't deny it. You can be humble about it.
If I see something is worthwhile doing, I will go the whole way.
And you have.
When I heard Ian sing one song last year at a concert, he just went up on. He was asked to go up on the stage, and he sang one song. And I said to him afterwards, "You're a fool. You've got a voice."
You called him a fool?
I did.
Did you?
I did. I
Pretty
called him a
bold.
fool.
That's the polite form of what he's called me.
Yeah, that's pretty bold.
No, listen, he's my son-in-law, right? I can call him a fool. And I said to him, you've got a voice, you've got a gift from God, you've got to use it. He said to me, I've got no one to do it for me. I said, I'll do it for you. And everything I've done, I promise, and we're nearly 1 year down the line.
So he's got to catch up to your music, because you see something in him and he hasn't seen yet.
He's seen it, but he's he's an ultra professional person. It's got to be 100% perfect, otherwise it's not perfect.
There was a lady that used to sing with us, used to sing on the air. Her name was Whitney Houston, which was the same way. And they found her in a church singing. And the reason she didn't go professional, it wasn't good enough. Until somebody came along and signed her up, and poof. And then everybody knows Whitney Houston, right? You know her history, and it overcame her. It's a big difference here. But you have to know that you are the best at what you do and let the world catch up. And just keep changing it, man. I'm going to tell you, what I love about what we do is that I'm waiting for you. Come on, bring it. You better than me, bring it. Show me. Show me what you got.
You today.
I'm just saying.
Right, Teddy?
Yeah. You're in photography, right? And now you're an artist in fashion. Okay? In my world, my mother would laugh at me because I told her I'm going to be on TV. I said, you watch, Mom. You watch. Freddie Prinze did it. I could do it. And the funny thing is that sometimes we live our life about everything around us as opposed to looking inside of us.
You gotta love you first.
You gotta love you first. You gotta believe in you first, and reach a little deeper. I know the deep is here. Reach a little deeper.
I want to go to commercial break. When we come back,
do you want to go over there?
When we come back from
We're
commercial
over
break,
there?
I want that. Yeah, I want
Back or
Dirk and
forth?
Duo. No, because they're chatting right now. Let's give them a moment to set up.
You want to do it now? Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
If they're ready to set up, we
You
gotta
ready to
have
have
your
the
cousin
sound?
Vinny stop chit-chatting with them.
Cousin Vinny, get
You
him
can
out
give
of
us
here.
a call. Our phone lines are open. We're going to throw one
You
more
got it?
line in at Teddy. 888-994-4995. Yes, this show is being recorded as it always is. You can watch it if you've missed any of it. You can also watch it on Roku once we upload it, and then we're going to play it again on
they are?
WWNN 95.3,
Let's go to
96.9, and 103.9. We're going to
go
go
to
to commercial break, get Miriam and Nick set up. More amazing music by the Kramer Durkin Duo, and we'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen, and I'm the founder from Carmen Care Laser here in Boca Raton. We've done so many treatments. We've treated people with severe back pain, knee pain. If your pain has been there for so many years, often we just have a tendency to just believe that we're not going to get better.
I had a bad injury with my knee, my left knee. And it is amazing after just 3 treatments. And even after the first treatment, I could tell a huge difference.
We'd love to invite you to come see us and be a part of that. Thank you.
This is fantastic. Here we are in Boca Raton, and I have a pleasure to meet these magnificent musicians. And then we were talking, and we said, we're going to a break, and then we began to put a little bit of rhythm. And the musician is always a musician. It's like riding a bike. So with no rehearsal, with no practice, they brought me in there, so on the starting was found. And here we are with 2 starts, and we are going to do something for you, just because you like it and you feel it. So here we are. Let's go.
you.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Wow, you lose sort of track of where you are and what venue you're doing. We've got conversations going this way. We've got music going that way. I've got the camera going this way. But we are located at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. The sign says Little Pond Family Theater. That is the amazing Kramer Durkin duo. We had the incredible lyric tenor Ian Michaels, and he's sitting here on set resting his voice because you've been singing for how many days now? 2?
Well, I sung yesterday, and I was a little silly because I did a concert for charity around lunchtime, and there were some family friends who missed the concert, and Nick and Miriam and I decided to give them a little private concert in the evening, which then led to a bit of socialising and dinner, and I talk too much, and so today I'm absolutely exhausted.
You're tired. Your voice is tired. A lot of traveling. You get to be on vacation now.
Sure.
For a little bit?
Yes.
You guys are here until
Another
the
week,
24th?
10 days, yeah, something like that.
Are you not singing no more? You done?
No, not in any
Not tomorrow,
any
anyway.
structured event. No.
Oh, Barry doesn't have you. Isn't Slave driving you to another concert?
Not this trip. Not this trip. But we should.
He's looking. He's
Like,
biting
like-
at the bit.
He's got a phone call. He came right here. I got another place for you to sing.
You asked me if I'm singing anywhere in the next week. What? I don't want to sing.
No, he's done. He's
I'm
finished.
tired.
That's okay.
Can I sing? Would it be all right if I-
Yes, absolutely.
Do you
Go.
want to close your station down now or wait till after?
Trust
Are
you
we
me,
on-
they
are
will
we
be
on air?
calling
Are we
me.
on air?
But they're still playing, so why don't we kick it back over to camera 3?
Yeah, but before we do, we have to let them know.
They're playing.
Are they playing?
Yes. All right, we're going to kick
All
it
right,
back
let's go to
over to the
camera
Kramer
3.
Durkin duo. Take a listen.
Michelle, let them know you're on. Say you're on. And we're back.
Wow.
We have stuff going
I have
in
to
and out
tell
all
you,
over the place.
have you noticed I don't move from my seat?
I know you haven't moved your seat since 9 o'clock this morning.
Because there are so many moving parts that just to take it all, and I told you today was the day to sit back and take it in. But
Yeah,
I'm
well,
enjoying,
this ain't the day.
I'm enjoying watching you and DJ and everyone else fill in the missing parts. Tuesdays, our crew was always spectacular because I guess they don't have class on Tuesday. I don't know.
They must all be out of school on Tuesday.
You want to join us, Miriam? Oh, I don't think
He's
he's going to
done.
sing for you. I think Ian's going to rest his voice.
think
You,
I've spent, darling,
truly amazing. She wants to keep going.
You want to keep playing?
Unfortunately, the vocal cords are not quite the same as.
That's what happens when you socialize.
Is
When you
that
socialized
so?
last night, a couple of, what do you call in your country, a couple of...
Dinners and drinks?
A couple of drinks, are we?
I didn't
Dinners,
actually
drinks,
drink. I
socializing?
just talk too much.
Oh, you talk too much?
Yeah, it's a paradox actually. 'Cause singers are chatty, friendly people.
Really?
Artists are chatty, friendly, social people, and yet with singing you have to have another kind of discipline, which I forgot about from years ago.
Now, do you have like dinner parties in your house, and next thing you know, everybody's singing with a piano and all that?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that happen all the time?
Well, one of my
I would
eldest sons
love
appears.
that. My goodness gracious, I would buy a piano today if I could do that.
Miriam, I know I'm spent.
Miriam, did your violin, do you have a name for your violin?
No, I
She
don't.
doesn't leave her
I
side,
was
though.
no, I was thinking to myself that I
Mary,
should
get a little
really
closer
have.
to the
I
mic.
should really have a name for it, but No, I have it with me at all times.
Always.
There have been some really scary stories about people that have had their violin stolen. There was a young woman in London. She was sitting at a cafe and on her phone, and she had her violin near her feet. Now, this was a borrowed Strat, and she wasn't even paying the insurance on it. And it was stolen from literally under her feet. And she's even written a book about it. And someone else left their violin on top of the luggage area when they were on the train, and he got off the train without his violin. So
on a plane, a lady left her violin on a plane, but I turned it in.
Bless you.
But think about the stories that go with it, because I've noticed since you've been with us, you're not even leaving it on the stage. It comes with you at all times.
Everywhere.
Yes, and I have it on a strap on my back, so it's like on my back with me whenever I'm traveling, or I keep it so it's against my leg so I can feel it at all times.
It's just a part of you.
It's a part of me. And sometimes Nick offers to carry it.
I always offer to carry it.
He does.
But it's very different with a keyboard.
Yeah, but I also lug a keyboard around.
Do you really?
I actually bought, I've got an electronic keyboard at home, and I only bought it because it was the lightest keyboard, so that if I didn't have my car, I could go on the bus or the underground and go to a gig. And I've done that a few times.
Now, how long have you been playing the keyboard?
I started the piano when I was about 8 years old. And then the school I was at, they had a lot of church music, so I took up the organ, and then my first job was as a cathedral organist, and then I also played jazz as well, so it didn't really go very well playing in the jazz club at night and then turning up at the cathedral to play for Sunday morning service. So I drifted off into just maybe playing the piano a little bit more, so that's why I specialize in now.
Playing the piano, playing keyboard. Two different instruments.
Well, they're essentially the same, but they just feel a little bit different when you play, yeah.
Because one of the things that I notice when she plays the violin is that she plays the violin.
Yeah.
Her and the violin are talking to
They
one
become
another.
one.
Yeah, you're completely connected to it.
So
yeah.
keyboard, piano, do you feel you're a better piano player than you do with keyboards?
Well, keyboard, it depends on the keyboard. Some are touch sensitive, but only to volume. Where a real piano, depending on how you actually push the note down, you affect the actual color of the sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much, it's more sort of volume on the keyboard.
I see how you hit your keys, and that's the reason I'm asking, because I can tell that you are a great piano player because you push down on the keys. And we know Jay and all these keyboard players, and they're very light on it because they don't play the piano. They play the keyboard.
There are people who just play keyboards.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. Very interesting.
In his home, he's got a piano, an organ, and a harpsichord. He also plays the harpsichord.
That big thing?
Yes, a big long.
You guys know what a harp is?
Harpsichord. Harpsichord.
Is it?
Yeah,
harpsichord and the harp are different?
Well, yeah, funnily enough, the actual body of the harpsichord looks a bit like a harp, but it's this way.
So does the piano.
Exactly.
Oh, that's the thing that goes this way.
The harp was the precursor of all of the keyboard instruments. And the next generation, missing some of the strange ones out, like the timbale, was the harpsichord. And if you've seen, the movies with Mozart playing with that twangy kind of piano sound, that's the harpsichord.
The forte piano.
And then the
but
forte
the harp
piano.
is the oldest.
Yes, of
isn't
course.
it? It's the oldest music instrument, isn't it?
A piano is a harp turned on its side.
On the side.
Just turn it upside down. But music is just a gift from God, and how they create and how you play it, it just talks to you.
Well, we feel fortunate to be doing something that we really love, and we've started it from a young age, and we feel fortunate to be able to also make our living that way. So, and to be able to travel around, and no one day is like the next day. So each day has a different schedule. We have to look in our books to see where we're going to be. So it makes it interesting.
You said you're going to Brazil soon.
Going to Brazil, yeah. We're flying off to Barbados, and we're joining a ship, which goes all around Brazil, and we do concerts on there. And then when we get to Rio, we have a few concerts there. So, and we'll have a little break.
I was going to say, what a life! They're
we're going to have
in
a break
Rio
as
and
well.
having some fun.
What a job!
Right?
What a job!
Gotta love what you do.
Yeah, we do. You know, it's.
Well, we couldn't rehearse much because they were busy in South Africa.
Are you ever back in London?
Yes, and we like to sort of just chill out, light a few candles, open a bottle of something or other. And
Any pubs in London that you play at night? Gigs?
Wow.
Pubs.
Well,
We do sometimes hotels.
Hotels.
But not a pub?
I think my playing in pubs. Those days are over now.
Well,
He
you
does
guys
play in
can
a
do,
pub.
but there's a lot of crossover that's
Yeah.
going on nowadays.
yeah.
You guys can still do jazz.
Oh yeah, he does the East India. We do a jazz gig there.
I provide. I have a jazz trio in London, so we do have a regular gig at the East India Club on Sundays,
go.
which is nice. Yeah,
And the Ivy Club.
It's not quite a pub.
no, it's not really. It's just
I went to London one time, and they took me to a pub on a Sunday when there was soccer going on. And I rooted for the team that lost.
How much
and
did
they
you
won.
drink?
A lot. And they chased me out of the pub. And
Because how much did you drink?
And there was a lot.
lot.
And there was all sorts of pubs, all one next to the other, next to the other. It was like 4 of them. My God, it was like 1 million people out there.
Yeah.
But there was a jazz singer. It was kind of cool. And there was this chick, and she was singing. It was really nice. And you would listen. Forget about it. You can light up the board with
Was
this
Miriam there too?
thing. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we didn't meet before now, but yeah, they have such a wonderful music scene in London because you have sort of lunchtime concerts happening all over in churches, and as you say, in the pub scene, even in pizza. There's a Pizza Express where they have jazz. So there's just such a happening music scene. It's wonderful. So
Now, have you guys played in the States frequently?
Well, we've done not as
They
a
have,
not,
I haven't.
not as
You
a
haven't?
Not
group.
for me. The last time I sung in the States in any professional capacity was when I was studying. That's a very long time ago.
Okay. But music has changed. There are things going on in this country. There's a crossover with what you guys do into today's culture. You know, I mean, comes to mind is Amadeus or whatever the hell that was. But they are bringing in instruments in the old school and this cultured flavor into today's music to sort of get a different brand going out there. So I think that it's prime right now for you guys.
The classics are just classic.
Yeah, crossovers it's become a separate thing, isn't it? Huge market.
Huge,
massive. Yes, that's right. And then there's more sort of pure classical music, which is chamber music and opera. Yes, that's right.
I mean, what you want to do is be able to pay the bills and still do your music. So the classics are always going to be the classics, you know? Nobody's ever going to change that. But the crossover now, I mean, the younger culture is one of the reasons we have all these producers around us, is because the younger culture, you want to give them a glimpse of old school and new school, and then mixing it.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
huge.
right.
It's a huge market right now.
Is,
You know, I think
massive,
that through all the decades, with all the different styles of contemporary music, I mean, if you go back far enough, opera was its contemporary music, and then it evolved into full singing, which was then musical theatre, which was then into the movies, and you have your classics like your carousels and your, you know, the Gordon McRae's and, you know, that era. But there have always been popular classical singers throughout. You have it now. You have Andrea Bocelli, and you have others, but it's very difficult because it's all about money and marketing and
That's what
having
it's
the right
about.
connection to. And there are, you know, there are some great talents out there that will never really make it to the fore. You know, you have shows. That's why shows like Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent. But once people, I think, are on those shows, they've already had an exposure. So the marketing for them is short term and quite easy, and then they either make their investment. You know, the impresarios either make their investment back or they don't. But the actual artists, have had their little bit of exposure, and if they have something really to sell, then they may have real longevity.
Well, this is one of the questions I want to ask. You guys play the classics. You do it well. But do you write your own music? Do you have your own music composed? Because the niche is great that you can do everybody else. That's great. But do you do your own sound? Do you bring that forward? And do you change it?
Well, not collectively, no. If I'm asked to write, I've written a bit of music for some television programs and things, but I don't consider myself to be a composer as such.
He is actually just being modest.
Being modest.
It's a separate thing, you know. There's enough rubbish going around without me adding to it. So,
But it's not rubbish.
Yeah,
You know, we had
provide
on
the
the set
service.
last week here on this set. Well, who we have? Feldman,
Bob Feldman,
Bob
yes.
Feldman. And Bob Feldman has written thousands of hits for a lot of other artists.
Oh, I see songs and.
Yes, and he was good at it, and he's still great at it, and he's the funniest guy I've ever seen in showbiz. So we've asked the Hard Rock to put a single-man show together, which we're going to negotiate next week for him. But the bottom line here is, don't think it's rubbish, because you may have a niche. And if you have a niche, and you add and
Well,
compose...
you haven't asked them your question.
Which is?
Did
Which
you
one?
ask Ian? Are you the best at what you do?
Well, over to you, Miriam.
He is a phenomenal
No,
musician.
this is about you. Are you the best at what you do?
I try to be the best that I can be, but it's a work in progress.
It's always yes. Try that. Can you say yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes.
Honey,
however,
but you know, think
Yes,
about
however,
it.
yes,
There may
but.
be 9 people who are rated better, but that doesn't make them better.
Freddie, every artist will give you the same
I
answer.
understand
Every
that.
person gives
but
you the
I
same
need you,
answer.
I need you to bring it forward. You know, your music, when you write your music, you don't know if it's going to be rubbish. I love that word, rubbish. Or it's going to
well,
be
I
the
don't mean that.
best.
It's written for something, and it does the job very well. You know.
Then we have to expose it. Have you done a CD? Have you guys gotten together, put music together?
That should be.
What that has to be done.
What a wonderful idea. Maybe that should be our next project.
Somebody get me a phone, damn it.
We started
It has to be done.
we started to work together, as we told you, because we came together over my son's wedding, and then I was very lucky because Miriam and Nick worked with me, and they're very flexible, humble musicians who are absolutely delightful, really delightful. Without you, I wouldn't be singing in the way that I am, because they are patient and they are elastic and very generous with their spirit. And for me, who's come back to a world of singing where I grew up in great discipline, you know, as an opera singer, you will sing the same thing time after time, and after the last person and the last person and the last person. And of course, the great people, the genius is not the singer or even the violinist, it's the composer who creates. And so when you sing Verdi, if you are good enough to obey his prescription, you will sing great if you have a Verdi voice. So having had that structure when I was young, and the discipline of keeping quiet and the discipline of singing it as it's supposed to be, to come back and sing songs that I've sung today, for example, which I have a certain freedom. I have fantastic artists that are elastic and will make that happen because I can sing it the way I want to. So if I sung an aria, a specific grand opera aria, I would feel obliged to sing it very differently, and they do that with me. I have to sing it within the discipline of what was written as best I can.
But what I'm talking about is his written, because his written will allow you to sing it. There's no right or wrong.
Well,
It
there's
is
one thing
what
I
your
will tell
interpretation
you.
is.
The arrangements that you heard that sound very full for 2 instruments behind me,
right?
He wrote.
Okay.
That's different to composing, but that's arranging. That's using the instruments to create a sound. I mean, you heard a violin and a keyboard, but that didn't sound like 2 instruments.
No, it sounds like the whole
That's
gap.
credit
This is
to
one
Nick.
of the reasons I wanted to make sure we filled the theater with sound. But what I'm talking about is, in America, we're not as proper as you guys are in London, in England. You guys are very proper, and I respect that. But here, you got to get or be got. You got to go for yours. I want you to write the music so that he sings it, she plays it, and I want to hear what it sounds like.
I want to ask,
Right, wrong, or indifferent.
what's next? What's
No
next?
idea. Whatever God or Barry decides.
Barry, put this together. He writes. Let's put their music out there now.
Actually, on this subject, I think you have to actually think of your audience as well. And if all of a sudden Ian was singing 5 new songs by Nick Durkin, people would go, no, we don't know that, so we're not really interested. However, if he turns up with fantastic popular arias by Verdi, they'd think, oh, great.
But
Traviata.
maybe slip 1 or 2 Durkin pieces
I'm going to tell you,
in.
Durkin, I'm going to tell you something with all due respect.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this business doing streaming for 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been to Major League Baseball, they threw me out. football, they threw me out because they said nobody watches sports on their phones. If you wait for the right moment to do, you ain't never gonna be. Forget about that. It isn't about, you may sing to one person, they'll turn to 10 persons, they'll turn to 100 persons, turn to 100,000 persons. Stop writing the future. Let it write itself. You guys have talent. Forget about what those greats have done in the past. This isn't about them. This is about you.
What's next for you? Miriam, what are you looking forward to doing?
Well, to do more beautiful concerts and to travel and to share our music, because you don't even have to speak the language in the country that you go. You can play and it can communicate.
Absolutely.
So to be doing more of that.
And you could tell she wants to do more. You have the
She
players.
wants to get up and play. I think what we should do, Teddy, I think I want to take a commercial break.
And put her up there?
Because Miriam loves to play. She kept saying to Ian, don't you want to sing? Don't you want to? I want to play some more. So why don't we let them finish up our set?
Hold on a second. Do you have a song that you guys can do that doesn't belong to the greats? It belongs to you. Well, that mind.
The truth is we don't.
No, we don't actually. No.
Well, that's what I want, damn it.
Well, perhaps for our next visit.
Yes. Barry, I want to do a CD. I want 10 songs of theirs, not about the greats, because you can carry your own note. Stop thinking about the future. Let the future come.
Many years ago.
I want their music.
Right.
Their words, their music, their lyrics, the whole nine.
And Ian?
Absolutely. Well, he can sing other words. He doesn't need to sing somebody else's.
Well, somebody else's words are pretty good, but we are going to do a recording when we go back, and we'll.
That's what I want.
And we'll send it to you. And you
That's
can
what I
make
want.
this.
And then you watch. Watch what happens, because there's an old saying in America: if you build it, they will come.
You know, that's from the film, isn't it? Field of Dreams.
That's right.
Kevin Costner. You know, many years ago, and the reason I stopped singing is because I recorded for a major record company about 16, 17 years ago, and it's a long story, and I won't bore you with it now. But at the time, I was put together with a man by the name of Carl Jenkins, who was really already very well known in England, Europe, and I think even here in the States. And a wonderful man who I love dearly, who unfortunately passed away 18 months ago, by the name of Tony Hiller, who was a songwriter. But he also have you heard of a group called the Brotherhood of Man?
No.
Well, in the 70s and even into the 80s, they won the Eurovision Song Contest, and he wrote all their songs, and he was a wonderfully talented songwriter for the pop world. And in England, he did all the football songs, and he loved my voice. And unfortunately, the record company that I signed with, and I recorded a number of tracks for the Prague Philharmonic Orchestra, with Carl Jenkins, the record company went into merger talks with another major record company, and the project was kiboshed. It was just after a couple of years after the Three Tenors concerts had sort of petered out, and they put me together with someone else and wanted to do the two
So that was the end of the deal.
The end of the deal was that the record companies went into merger talks, and they stopped my recording.
Okay.
And by the time they came back to look at it, the man that had signed me had moved over to another company, and he'd signed a tenor by the name of Alfie Boe, who became quite famous in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And during that short period, they released two tenors that they had put together, as in Sony Music, a chap called Peter Gelb, who I think is still the musical director of the Metropolitan Opera. At the time was head of Sony Music. And he put together two tenors, he threw them together, and he released them in the same place that the Three Tenors made their concert. Unfortunately, they didn't do too well. They didn't have that sparkle between them, and they were two very fine tenors, but they just didn't.
There was no
work.
chemistry. There was no
chemistry.
it.
There was no it at all.
Yeah.
And that dived. I think that's the expression. So by the time I could have gone back to record, that had already failed, and it didn't happen. And that was the point at which I said that this is not supposed to be for me in this life, and I put it down. But Tony wrote some songs for me, and he was looking for a Titanic, which was what he actually said. And I recorded them, and I will play them to you another time. The problem was, an unknown singer and an unknown song was double trouble, unless you get lucky. But in any event, there are a lot of beautiful songs out there that are kind of in people's ears, And they were very famous once, and then they were very famous again, and then they were very famous again, and they're being sung again today by people like Bocelli
They all sing
another
them.
way.
They
So
all-
I
But
would
let
like
me-
to do one more song before
Hold
we
on
end.
a second. We can go past 2. Let me ask you a question. Do you own a car?
Yes.
Do you guys own a car? Everybody here owns a car? Yes? Everybody owns a car? When you drive in your car, do you look out the windshield or do you look in the rearview mirror to drive? Which
No,
one
no, I
do
hear
you-
exactly what you're saying.
But all of that history is done. You're not talking about yesterday. We're talking about today. And today, you got a new lease in life because you don't need to have the greats to bring you forward. Your voice and your instruments and the way you play is enough. And if you believe it, they will all believe it. I was coming from Puerto Rico back during the hurricane. I lost my mother. She died in the hurricane. And I was coming back and I got to see Rhapsody. Queen, the song. And Rhapsody, I was listening to this thing for 2 hours. I watched this movie. And he says something that still I teach my producers. If they sing your words, then they know who you are. And it's true. And they came out of nowhere.
What
And
we're
they
gonna
came from
do-
your world of the...
We will go back to London. We intend to carry on working together and having fun together. Perhaps we'll be able to persuade Nick to write something.
No, Nick is going to write something because it's your turn.
Nick, would
You
you,
know
would
it's
you
your
guys like to
turn.
do one more song for us before we go?
Yes,
Nick,
we
Miriam?
will, certainly, yes.
All right, so we'll let them set up.
We're going to have them set up.
Go to
Ian, if
commercial?
you want to join them. If not, you want to join
If
them
you
on
can, if you
stage.
can't,
I'm
stay
very,
here.
very tired, and I
Stay
would
here.
rather not.
So we'll
Stay
put them
here.
up on stage.
Okay.
And
We're
we'll go
gonna
from
put-
there.
all right.
All right, let's go to commercial break. All right.
Does your business Moby Pop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services, or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
Dr. Lee of Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic with the PhD in neuroscience. Her practice in acupuncture helps hormone balancing, total relaxation, diabetes, and inflammation. For additional questions or to schedule a free consultation, call Boca Raton Acupuncture Clinic at 617-817-1910. Acupuncture and Chinese herbs are very effective in treating many ailments and diseases and have been used for thousands of years in China. Call today for your free consultation at 617-817-1910.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
And we are back live at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We're going to close out this segment with the Kramer Durkin duo. Earlier today, you heard the incredible tenor voice of Ian Michael. We've got Kramer Durkin duo. They're going to take us out. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a great day. Stay tuned and be kind to each other.
That's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more goodwill next time. You can follow the cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.